What we do here on a ranch is we rescue horses from the beginning, and then I work with them. We train them. I have others that help, and they come and we work with the horses, get them healthy, feed them well. And a lot of these horses come out of a very abusive situations where they're neglected, not taken care of, beaten. They have cuts. They've had bad accidents where they weren't, treated right. What I do is I work with them. I desensitize them. I get them grounded. We do groundwork. We get them soft so they're not feeling stressed. They're not feeling scared. They're not feeling that trauma anymore. We help heal that process. They just feel trust again, and they're not having any stress, and so they're happy horses. And once we feel that the horse is ready, we bring in a client. Some of the kids come from foster care, some just parents who found us who their child needs some help. And some of the kids, we do vets with PTSD as well. And so it's not just kids. We're basically helping whoever we can, but my heart is for children. So once we bring in the kids and the horses, what I do is, client comes to us, they're scared. They don't want to share with you, what's happening. They don't want to tell you their deep secret and their pain and hurt that they've been through. They're not willing to just share that. So what I do is I share my testimony with them. When I was growing up, I had a lot of, dysfunctional stuff in our family, like most Americans do. And I had gone through some horrible things in my life as a teenager. When I was 13 years old, a neighbor, my sister and I showed interest to his horse. It was a Tennessee Walker named Master Charge. And this gentleman was like, hey, you guys can ride him. I can't ride him, I'm old. You girls, if you want to take care of him, I'll show you what to do, you can ride him. And my sister and I took a big interest in Master Charge, and we started riding him. And eventually this man noticed that, there was some issues in our home and with my sister and I think more with me, he saw. And he said, hey, I'm going to let you guys have this horse, and you can take care of this horse. I'll show you what to do, but you got to do your homework first. You got to go to school. You got to, do what's right, and then you can take care of this horse. Well, Master Charge eventually, he just changed my life. He helped me realize some things about myself at 13 years old. He helped me realize that I was broken and that I needed something to help me through the trauma that I had experienced at the age of 13. And I fell in love with this horse, and I actually fell in love with just horses when I was 13. So I always told God, when I get older, God, I would really like to have a horse. I want to have a horse, and I want to help kids. Well, here I am, older, and for the last 7 years, my husband and I are doing our ministry, Angel Wings Ranch, and we're rescuing the horses.
I could say that for me, I didn't grow up with horses. We were more like in the suburbs and out of the city, and never really came around horses. And then Rena always had that passion and wanted to be around them. And when we met, we weren't really into horses at that time and what we're doing until an opportunity came, and then we felt that it was a good thing that we could minister to people, we could get the horses and move forward and we met different people to create a nonprofit. We were just doing these different things, and we just did one step at a time. And eventually, of course, you fall in love with the horses and the whole ranch style.
We bring in kids from foster care, kids from the city, vets with PTSD. We also work with veterans with PTSD. And what we do is we partner them up with a horse. And then once we partner them up, instead of me just going to the person, the client, and just digging at them, because when the client comes here, they're scared. Their self-esteem is low. They're scared. They don't want to just share their whole story with you. So I share my story with them. I share about what I've been through. And then once they hear my story, they're like, oh, you understand what I'm going through. I do understand what you're going through. The horse understands what you're going through because this horse has been abused and has been through some stuff too, and has now received healing. So now the horse is able to help you. And it's just like this circle that it just works. The family is really important in this healing process. The family has to be part of it as well. And I love it when the foster parents or a family member is involved in this program, because it just makes healing faster. And then you'd be surprised that sometimes the families will all come to a session because they admit we all need help, and then we start working with them together as a family. We've had those situations too. So it's just brokenness. I always say beauty for ashes, and I just love to see how God just takes these broken pieces and just puts them together.
And we've been faithful. That's the main thing. That sometimes, you know, you want to create this huge thing, and it might just be small town Lott, Texas, but it's like, you know, it's we've been faithful to it, and whatever comes out of it, we know that we've done our best to it. And it's always here. It's always going to continue to help others.